15 June. Good afternoon, dear persons. I'm going to present a case. I'm going to present an interesting case having palpitation. My patient, Mr. Sanjan Chandra, 20-year-old male, engineering student from Kharagpur. He came to us with a complaint of palpitation on and off from 6 months, dyspnea on exertion from last 6 months, history of presenting illness. Palpitation was sudden onset, subsided with rest gradually, and increases with exertion. Recently having irregular dyspnea on exertion grade 1 to 2. Patient is non-hypertensive, non-diabetic. There is no history of rheumatic heart disease, congenital heart disease, ischemic heart disease, and there is no angina on exertion. Past history: patient is don't have any rheumatic history, do not have any joint pain, ischemic heart disease, tuberculosis, diabetes mellitus, and congenital heart disease. Patient is non-smoker, non-alcoholic, vegetarian by diet, and there is no other habits. Family history: both parents are well, parental uncles are well. There is no family history of hypertension and diabetes mellitus. On general examination, I found that patient is conscious, oriented, and cooperative. Height is 5.5 inches, 6 feet 5 inches. Weight is 65. Weight is average. There is no pallor, cyanosis, clubbing, ictus, and lymphadenopathy. But the pulse is 92 per minute, irregular. Normal volume. Condition of arterial vessel was normal. There is no radial and radiofemoral delay was found. The BP was 120 by 70 millimeter of mercury. Which is normal. Hernial orifices are normal. On cardiovascular examination, I found that the precordium is normally shaped. There is no visible veins, pulsations, or scar mark. Apex beat as to left intercostal space 1 centimeter medial to the mid-clavicular line, and there is no palpable thrill, no parasternal leak, S1, S2 audible. There is no murmur, no S3, S4 gallop, no pericardial rupture. On respiratory examination, bilateral symmetrical chest, central trachea, and bilateral vesicular breathing sounds, and there is no added sound. On nervous examination, higher function normal, cranial nerves normal, there is no motor and sensory deficit found. On GI examination, discharge is normal, or pregnancy is normal, time is normal, and there is no hepatosplenomegaly, no hernia, scrotum and testes are normal. On locomotor examination, there is no abnormality detected. Now the clinical summary. A 20-year-old student, non-hypertensive, non-diabetic, presented with chief complaints of recurrent episodes of palpitation, uneasiness, breathlessness. On examination, BP was 120 by 70 millimeter of mercury. Pulse is 92 per minute, irregular, normal apex beat, no murmur, no focal neurological deficit, and other systems being within normal limits.
So, opinion from the house: the non-hypertensive patient with episodic palpitation.
And this ischemic heart disease, one is thyroid disorder. For that, when you mention a 92-minute irregular heartbeat, you should also comment about whether there is any pulse or not.
There was no pulse.
Because one suggestion is thyroid disease and ischemic heart disease. So, age is.
This is second stage.
Yes. So age is
20-year-old boy with irregular pulse beat, dyspnea. His father is very anxious. Every hour examination as a physician, we are getting normal.
So what I think, it's a bad electrophysiological problem. You must have a bad electrophysiology. Maybe due to systemic disease or the or with or without structural disease in the heart.
Brugada syndrome.
Yes. We are just thinking, or maybe a aplasia of the right ventricle, or so many things can happen. So it's basically a rhythm disorder, bad electrophysiology with or without structural heart. That's my contention about this patient.
The possibilities can be vascular heart disease, anxiety neurosis, mitral valve prolapse, paroxysmal atrial fibrillation, tachyarrhythmia, and cardiomyopathy. On investigation, I found that hemoglobin is 13 gram per dl, TLC 8000, RFT is normal, urea is 16, creatinine 0.9, LFT normal, fasting blood sugar is 85, PT is 118, HbA1c is 5.8, and urine examination is normal. ESR is 12, platelet is 2 lakh, sodium is 139, potassium 3.7, calcium 9.7, phosphorus 3.8. Thyroid profile of patient is normal. Lipid profile also normal. Blood group is B positive. On X-ray, it apparently looks normal. In ECG, we found that there is ectopic and ventricular bilateral. While we doing Holter, we found that there are multiple ventricular bilateral with the average rate of 84. On echo, we found that LV size is borderline. LVEF is 60%. LV ITD and LV ITS is 5.6 to 3.7. And there is no SD, VSD and PDA, good LV function. On cardiac MRI, we found that there is indentation in the left ventricle.
Can you just show it again?
Okay, back. There is a multiple back to the echo. When we did the echocardiography, only symptom is that LV is borderline dilated. Valves normal, no pulmonary hypertension, and on Examine pattern was significant, so we cannot get any clue. But then we have sent for the EP. But EP was also said that it is not ideal indication for EP because only this. Then they have suggested MRI. We have to go for MRI to rule out the EM. And very surprisingly, we have got multiple indentation of this, which multiple trabeculation in LV, particularly distal to papillary muscle, and a spongy apex. There is a very much significant of the non-compaction of the LV. It is a very rare type of cardiomyopathy of this non-compaction LV. So non-compaction LV is hardly getting in one in lakhs patients, whether non-compaction, and it is the embryogenic LV formation which has two layers of this compaction, remain the inner layer and outer layer, and it is the only diagnostic. So this is a diagnostic, this is the non-compaction of cardiomyopathy. And the ratio is around moderate, not severe. If it will be severe, then more problem. Mild, remain asymptomatic. It is a moderate type. So our diagnosis was ventricular.
That is ventricular biony in case of non-compaction of left ventricle.
अच्छा डॉक्टर साहब नॉन कॉम्पैक्शन माने की है बुझलाम
Okay, so